welcome back to my channel. I am so glad to have you here today. And so today I have mostly pattern tests. So I had said that I was going to be doing a lot of pattern tests, and boy, I kind of think I got in a little bit over my head, a little overwhelmed, if you will. I applied to a ton of pattern tests, and I knew that I probably wouldn't get into over half of them, but I got chose for several pattern tests that I did. So with that being said, I'm going to show y'all. So this is a pattern test that I did, and Deborah with Knickknacks Crochet has this pattern. It's her Crabby Mike pattern. I named this pattern for her, by the way. She said, "Hey Lisa, thank you so much for reaching out to test my crab pattern." That she was looking for names for him also. She had not named him. So she has a YouTube channel as well. Y'all go check out her YouTube channel. But she said that she has actually had this crab pattern for over a year, and apparently she just has never had it tested. So she wanted to get it tested so she can, she said that she's actually had her crab pattern for sale on her, I think she has Ravelry or something like that. I don't really know. So it does not say on her Instagram where she sells at, but she said that she has had him for sale. Maybe she tells on her YouTube channel where she sells her stuff at. But she has had this little crab for sale for a little over a year. She come up with this pattern, and she's been trying to sell the pattern. She hasn't really had any good luck with it. So she said she just, thought she'd call for testers and see if she could get some testers. And I think she's got like 6 testers for this little crab. This was the Bernat blanket yarn in navy blue that I used, and the white, the bottom, is the Mainstays chenille from the Walmart. And I think he's a cute crab. There's a couple little things that I really didn't care for with the pattern. The pattern has a ton of sewing, so a lot of sewing generally tends to hurt my hands. The other thing is I thought maybe on the front claws it could have had 2 of these little parts here attached to the claw to just, because crabs generally have two of the little pincher things, whatever they're called. I don't really know that much about crabs, but I do know that it has 2 of the pincher things. I mean, it is crochet. It's cute. It's whimsical. She has you to make the top and then make the bottom and then sew it in. Then you have to make all these little pieces separate, and then you have to sew everything on. You have to sew the eyes on, these 2 front claws, and then the 4 legs on both sides. So it is a lot of sewing, It's a great pattern. It's a cute pattern. It's easy, simple to follow, great directions. For a first time pattern, I think it was super good. I think she did real good with it being her first time pattern. Let me show him to y'all just a little bit closer so y'all can see him. And I told her, I said, he just looks like a Crabby Mike. I'll put the picture of hers up here so y'all can see him, her original one in red there. And I said, he just looks like a Crabby Mike. You should name him Crabby Mike. And she said, my husband's name is Mike. And I said, no kidding. I said, well, you definitely have to name him Crabby Mike now. And she was like, yeah, she said, I think you're right. I said, absolutely right. He has to be a Crabby Mike. But Miss Deborah, no hard intentions on that. I did not know your husband's name was Mike. I just thought it was a cute crab name, Crabby Mike. I don't really know too many Mikes. It just popped in my head, I guess you would say. He just looked like a Mike. I don't know. But anyway, so that was my first pattern test. So my second pattern test were these 2 cute, adorable bunnies from Delon at Loren.crochets. They're super, super cute, super easy to follow. Now, I still have to embroider the eyes on this bunny, and his ear just keeps wanting to plop down, but it's the yarn that I use. Very easy to work up, very simple pattern, almost completely no-sew. You do have to sew in the ears, and you do have to sew his little muzzle, whatever you call that, on his snout onto the face. And then you can either use safety eyes or embroider. I chose to embroider the eyes My embroidery's a little bit crooked on this one, but that's okay. It is crochet. Sometimes when I'm doing these little bitty parts like with the magic ring, I try to embroider before I sew it on. And so I did do that, but for some reason I just guess I wasn't paying attention and I got him a little bit crooked. But it is what it is. He is crochet. It's homemade, handmade, whatever you want to say. Now, these are just the cutest things. Like I said, they're very simple, very easy pattern, very easy to work up, very fast. It's a fast make. I think this is such a great pattern for Easter. These will look so amazing in the children's Easter baskets this year for Easter. I mean, everybody loves cute little bunnies in the kids' Easter baskets. So I do want to make a couple more. I want to make some in pink and purple, maybe even yellow, to have a bunch of colors to go, you know, for sale for the kids for Easter. And this is what the backs of them look like. So they're wearing little overalls. They got their little carrot bag. Their little carrot bag is, you can put something in it. It is removable. You can take it off of them. Pretty simple. So if you didn't want the bag, you don't have to have the bag. You can just have the bunny. The bunny by himself is still super cute. Now, this little bag, like I said, it's made to be usable. You can put like $1 in there. You can put like some little candy in there, like some Hershey Kisses, or, you know, just something simple, some penny candy or something like that. Do they even make penny candy anymore, y'all? I don't know. We used to get penny candy when we were kids, and I loved it. I loved it a lot. I don't think I mentioned the name of this bunny. So this is Clover, the carrot farmer bunny. Clover, the carrot farmer bunny. So he's ready to form his little carrots in his little carrot bag. I believe she said that she was doing these as part of an Easter egg hunt, a crochet along that's coming in March. I think around March the 3rd or March the 4th. That might be something that you're interested in. I love doing the crochet alongs because you get the free pattern after you follow the patterns. Plus at the end, if you do all the patterns, sometimes you can win really cool prizes. So I just love these cute little bunnies. Like I said, super easy, super fun, quick make. Would be great for markets, will be great in your kids' Easter basket, or for whoever wants to purchase them's Easter basket. So I'm going to be putting information in my description of my video. I always do that for you to be able, if you're interested in finding the pattern, if you're interested. And I believe she said this was going to be a free pattern on her Instagram. So I will put that, link that in the description, and you can find this free pattern for this bunny. Or you can wait. I think you have to wait until the collaboration is over to get this for free. But she also has some other cute freebies on her Instagram. So that's Miss Delon at Loren.crochets, and I'll put her information in the description. So that was my second pattern test. All right, and then I had a third pattern test, and I don't have it in here. So I will have to shoot a little short clip of that later because I don't have that in here with me. So speaking of pattern test, this is my Granny Square land turtle, TORTUE. So this was the very first Granny Square land turtle that I did, and I just actually made the Granny Square, and I made it to where you had to sew it on. But I wanted to make one that was no-sew. So this one is completely no-sew. I only changed a few things. I think the legs are just a little, maybe a round shorter. The tails were the same. And I think this one's head is maybe just a mite bit bigger. And then other than that, I think the Granny Square was pretty much the same. The way that I have you to do or make the Granny Square though, so it's completely no-sew on the Granny Square, it makes it look more rounder. I thought that would be better than the square one, but I don't know. I may go back and write it in for you to do it either way, that way that it would look more square. So you do have to sew his legs on, but other than that, the head and the tail is worked in. I did not give him eyes. I'm probably going to go back and embroider some eyes on this, but I do put it in my pattern to where you can use either safety eyes or you can embroider the eyes. I am still looking for testers on this right now, and I believe my tester is going to be open for another week. So when this video comes out, my tester thing I think may already be closed. So because this video comes out on Friday, and I think my tester will be closed. It just depends really on how many testers I get for it. I've already had 2 testers that I had a couple of friends to test before I called for testers, just to see how they like the pattern. So, and I'm probably going to offer this pattern as a free pattern on Instagram, and I did not put that on my pattern, but I'm probably going to go back and add it. And I had said that before, and I may go ahead and write it in the pattern to where you can make the granny square and then sew it on, or you can do it, you know, how I have it to where it's just crocheted in the round. A lot of people don't like a lot of sewing, and this one had a lot of sewing. And so it is cute though. He's super cute. I do kind of like this one's head better than this one, but I wanted to give him a little bit bigger head just so he will stand out a little bit more. I do like it, and he kind of he sits really good. He sits kind of flat with his legs out, or it just depends on the way you sew it. You can sew it to where he's more like this. So I like it. I think it's super cute. That's my pattern, TORTUE, the Granny Square Land Turtle. So if you're interested in that. Alright. And then I am participating in the Stitching into Spring crochet along. This is the second thing that I had to make, is Dorito the duck. The Dorito the duck. This little Dorito the duck, he is super duper cute. Super cute. This is some burlap blanket that was gifted to me. And it's kind of tie-dye-ish is what it said on the package. And I don't remember the exact name of it. This I bought. This is actually, I think this is the Premier Basics, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that it is. I could be wrong on that though. And then this is the white mainstays here. Now I do wish I had more of a creamier color, because when you look at it, this white in here is more like a creamier, like a, I don't know, almost like a vintage kind of creamy color. I didn't have any of that, so I just did white for the wings. So I may, when I redo this little duck, I may just wind up doing the head and the wings in this color, and then doing the body like this creamy color if I can get some of this creamy color, because I think that would be cute. One of his little feet, are they called feet on ducks? I can't remember. I know this is considered a beak or a bill, and I guess these were is considered his little feet, his little swimming paddles. But one of them kind of just looks like it was crooked. The way she has you to do it is you surface crochet it. It was kind of weird, but it's kind of neat too. I had never done this or seen this on a pattern before. She had you to single crochet and then chain out, and you would leave a hole and then single crochet back in, and then you went and you kind of surface crocheted around that hole. I had never done that before, but I just thought that was pretty neat. But I do love this Dorito the duck. So this Dorito the duck pattern is by Crochet by Beth. Crochet by Beth, and I'll put the information up here. And I'm pretty sure that you can find this pattern also. You can find this on her Etsy. The little Dorito the duck pattern is $5 on Etsy. She also has a Frito the mini duckling, which is super cute. She has a whole lot of really cute little patterns, duck patterns, and it looks like she has a bunch of like combinations. She has the Beaky Babies, and she just has some really cute little duck patterns on her Etsy page. So go check her out. And I will also put her information in the description below. Crochet by Beth. I don't really know this crochet artist. This is the first time I had ever seen her work before. So this pattern, like I said, it was part of the crochet along, the Stitching in the Spring. Super cute pattern. It worked up super fast. I did not have any of the, I'm out of the black, just regular safety eyes. I need to get some. So I need to get some 12 to 16 millimeter safety eyes because I'm out. I ran out after I did Crabby Mike's eyes. So yeah, but super fast, super easy, real fun. This little duck is like a little mini snuggler. Super cute, super soft. This yarn is super soft that I used. So it's a pretty easy pattern to follow, really quick. Nothing really hard about it at all. I think this would also make somebody a super cute Easter make. This would look really cute for like a baby's Easter basket or an expecting mama or something like that. Just probably take a little ribbon and tie around its neck. If you wanted to give it a little bow up here, you could give it a little bow. This is the color that I picked out. Now on her Etsy, she shows you how to make like a mallard mod, the yellow duck mod, and a white duck mod. It also comes with a little hat. I have not made the hat yet. I have got to do that. I've got to make the little hat that goes on it. So it does come with the little hat. So I've got to do that. Okay. And then the next thing I wanted to show y'all is I finished the rabbit. The only thing I haven't done is I have not made her little mini carrot. I've got to go and make her mini carrot. So that's probably what I'll be working on either tonight or tomorrow, is making the mini carrot, making the duck hat, embroidering the eyes, and just, you know, some simple little things like that and getting that out of the way. The other thing that I finished was this bunny. Remember me telling y'all about this bunny in the last video? So I finished this bunny, and I'll put the picture of the description up here again. To me, this bunny looks really kind of maybe a little bit like the pattern, but almost not like the pattern. So the head has to be crocheted onto the body. Like I said, she does not give very good instructions. It is a free pattern, but there is not really good instructions on this pattern. I just kind of did what I wanted to do, and I crocheted the legs in, I crocheted the arms in, and I crocheted the ears in. Now the safety eyes, she does tell you where to put them. I probably needed to use just a little bit bigger safety eyes. If I make this again, I'll probably use bigger safety eyes. These come from Amazon. They're just the, you know, plain with the little round blue discs. I wished I would have had some better safety eyes, and hopefully in the future I can get some better safety eyes. But other than that, this is a really cute Easter bunny. I really like how it turned out. I probably stuffed it just a little bit too much, but it's really cute. It turned out really, really cute. So I'm probably going to give this bunny to my daughter. My daughter is 12 years old, my youngest baby girl, and so this is probably going to be her Easter, one of her Easter gifts. She doesn't know that. So I'll probably wind up giving this to her. So that's why I wanted to get this made. But I'm probably going to try to make a couple more though to take to the coffee house to sell, because these would be really cute for somebody for Easter. It's a pretty good size bunny for a free pattern. And it just gives me practice. You know, it gives me a lot of good practice when I'm crocheting. So I'm getting lots of good practice in. Now this is something that I have been keeping a little secret. From everybody. But this is something that I have always wanted to do, and I am finally getting to do it. So I'm always a participant in the crochet along, and guess what? Now I get to be a designer. I love designing patterns. I have designed both of these patterns. I called for testers on both of these patterns. Never got a response. I think it may be a little too late. So I'm just going to keep this one for myself. And then this one here, I'm probably going to call again around probably September-ish, or maybe even before that. Maybe August, July or August I might, because I think this would make a really cool pattern for October. But I still got a little tweaks that I'm doing to him. So, but this crochet along that I am going to be a designer in, it's going to be hosted by Beth with Scarlet Garden Crochet, and also by Delon with Loren.crochets. And it's going to be Retro Summer. That's the name of our summer crochet along. And so I am going to be one of the featured designers, And I am currently designing a 50s dance bear. So y'all, this was my first go at it. Ta-da! So I designed this 50s dance bear. I still got to do some tweaking on this little thing before it gets ready for y'all to make. This was the only eyes that I had, and I know they're super big, and I probably should have made them come down a row, maybe in a row. I don't really know. But my nephew said, Aunt Lisa, it looks like a mouse. So maybe it does. I still got to do some tweaking to it. But I drew this thing out, and then I just went and I just kind of let the juices flow, if you will. But I really love it. I mean, I really do. So I do got to fix one of the legs because one of the legs is crooked. I embroidered all of this on here, but I think I'm going to give an option to either embroider or either do like some felt, where you can either do like a little felt dog, or you can do the felt record player, you can do felt music and stuff like that. But all in all, I like the shoes, how the shoes and the bobby socks turned out. I'm probably going to take one of the black rows out. I'm probably going to drop the white down a row. But I wanted her to have kind of like a off the shoulder shirt with puff sleeves, and she has that. It turned out so cute. This little bear turned out so cute. So I am still working on this design, and so this is my 50s dance bear, and I've also come up with a couple of other little designs that I'm working on to go with this 50s dance bear. So be looking for that retro summer crochet along. It's going to be coming around June the 1st, I believe. So we have to have our patterns completed and everything complete and finished by the end of May. So y'all, time flies. Time really flies. And I'm just excited about being a designer in this retro summer. There's a lot of really good crochet artists that I am working alongside of, and so I just feel really honored that I was asked to be a designer, because y'all, I haven't been crocheting all that long. Amigurumi, I mean, I started crocheting when I was probably an older child or a teenager, but it was just like simple stuff, you know, like dishcloths, you know, out of worsted weight. And then I self-taught myself by YouTube on amigurumi or plushies. And so I've been doing that for a little over 3 years now. And I used to just sell them at markets, and probably the last year, maybe not quite year, I've really gotten into Instagram, really gotten into YouTube, really gotten into trying to get my name and my stuff out there. So it still feels kind of a little bit weird to me, but hey, you know, I'm growing and I love that. So that was the last thing that I had to show y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting me and everything. After this video, or after these, I'm going to show y'all a little short clip where we take our little doggies riding. And I hope y'all enjoy that. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Like this channel, leave me a comment, let's chat. You know, let's get to know each other and chat. Let's support each other. I love crochet. I love everything about crochet. I love plushies. I have met some really great people, and I'm loving my group chat. I am loving getting to know everybody. I'm loving being in these crochet alongs and these pattern tests, because I get to meet people, and it just kind of, you know, we give each other inspiration, we encourage and we lift each other up. And that's what it's all about. It's about community, you know. And so I love it. I love it. But that's all that I have for y'all. And I will see y'all next week. Happy crocheting. Hey y'all, it's me again, Elisa with LisaDawnsCrochet, and me and my husband, Shannon. We're going to go take the dogs riding in the government woods. You can see our daughter's lab in the back where we are doggy sitting for my daughter. That's her lab, her baby. That's
rescue baby.
CC Rose, and then we have our baby,
the
Macy.
Queen. And you better believe what she said.
Oh goodness, She is the queen of the ride. She's the queen of it all. She thinks she is. Anyway, we're gonna go ride and show y'all how pretty our government woods are. Macy, what you doing? Are you riding in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Slow down a little bit. Not much water in the creek there. Macy. Macy. Are you looking for them deer?
Where's them deers and bears at, sweetie? Where's them bears?
We've not made it to the government woods yet, but
Almost.
we're almost there. This is the Chickasahey Wildlife Management Area, part of the DeSoto National Forest, close to where we live at. And we like to come ride out through here. It just gets us out of the house. These girls like to ride